How's it going, everyone? My name is Nard and welcome back to the Steam Summer Sale series. Today, I'll be going over some of the best games under $5 right now in the Steam Summer Sale. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe as I'm making daily videos over the Steam Summer Sale this year. And without any further ado, let's see some deals. So up first here we have Slime Rancher. Now this is a game where you pretty much play as a rancher who has to make a life out of collecting these slimes, housing them, putting them in cages, helping them grow, stuff, whatever like that. It's gotten very good reviews over the years. And it's actually on a historical low right now. So the next couple games until I mention are actually going to be all in historical lows, which means they've never been this low before, so it's a great time to take advantage and give them a try. Slime Rancher, for example, has never been 75% off down to $5, but it is now, so go give it a try. Next up here we have Batman Arkham Asylum Game of the Year Edition. Now this one is a little bit dated at this point. You can see it was released over 10 years ago now, but this is a very positively received game. All the Batman games are just amazing. Gotten really good reviews. The gameplay is really fun. This particular game, you're beating some of Gotham's greatest villains that have escaped from Arkham Asylum. So you get to see if you're a fan of Batman lore and stuff like that. You get to fight a bunch of your favorite enemies. Yeah, if you don't mind graphics that look a little bit out of date, this game is definitely a lot of fun. I definitely recommend it. It's down 80% right now, down to just $4 USD. Next up here we have Streets of Rogue. So this is another one that's on a historical low right now. It's never been this low. And this is a roguelike RPG, like pixel top-down game. So pretty much as you can see here, you get different characters to choose, and then you pretty much are sent to a map that has been randomly generated. Then there's different like kind of side quests, I guess you could say. Like the main ones you have here, like neutralize this person for this coins, retrieve this from this guy, and it shows you right where to go to do it. So this is a game that there's not too much going on, but just the amount of different stuff that can happen, the randomness, the amount of characters and items, and I believe the dungeons are procedurally generated, so they're different every time. There's a lot of gameplay here, actually. It seems very simple, but it goes very much in depth. There's a lot going on here. If you enjoy roguelikes and you like this kind of art style, I definitely recommend giving this one a try, especially since it's on a historical low right now. 75% off, down to just $5 USD. Next up here we have Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen. So this is a big open world RPG game, pretty much where you design a character, and it's just a big story that you embark on, fighting all sorts of different bosses and enemies and stuff like that. The graphics in this one aren't like amazing, as this was released about 5 years ago, but as you can see, they're still pretty good graphics. Definitely enjoyable and definitely worth a play if you enjoy RPG games like this. Kind of similar feel to Skyrim in some ways. Just the fact that it's like a massive open world and all these different enemies to find and beat and stuff like that. So yeah, give it a try. It's on a historical low right now. It's never been this low. 84% off, down to just $4.79 USD. Alright, so for the final game that we have that's on a historical low right now is Kingdom New Lands. Now this is a side-scroller RPG exploration game where pretty much you control a character and you're trying to find like new lands, new kingdoms, stuff like that. I'm not sure how long of a game this is. I can't imagine it's too terribly long. But still, the graphics are really good in this game. It's one of those pixel games that just have really good graphics, so it hardly even seems like a pixel game sometimes. There's a lot going on here, a lot of different characters to find, different nice little story elements. This one's actually, I could have included in my under $3 off, but it's 90% off right now, down to just $150 USD, so not too bad for this nice looking game. Next up here, we have Borderlands 2. Now, this one you've probably heard about before. It's pretty much like a staple in FPS shooters and stuff like that. However, if you haven't, it's a very fun RPG game where you have a character. You can choose a different class or whatever you want for it. And as you progress through the game, doing different quests and missions and stuff, you level up your character at different skill trees. There's a whole bunch of different weapons to find, a whole bunch of different side quests and stuff to do, and you can play with up to 3 of your friends with the co-op mode. Yeah, the story in this one is amazing. I definitely recommend Borderlands 2, as this is a very fun game. Everyone should play it. It's 75% off right now, down to just $5 USD. And they also have the Game of the Year edition, which is a little bit more, but you get a whole bunch of DLC, which if you think you're going to play the game, or you want to get the DLC, you don't have it yet, good time to get some DLC. Coming up next here, we have Terraria. Now this one is kind of similar to Minecraft in some ways, but also completely different. Pretty much you take control of a character in a 2D world where you can like collect materials like from trees and stuff to make houses. There's a whole bunch of just like small intricate items. You can do some really crazy stuff. I actually never really got too into Terraria. I was more of a Minecraft kid. However, a lot of people really love this game. This is one of the best reviewed games on all of Steam. You can play with your friends. There's a lot you can do in this game. So if it looks interesting, definitely give it a try because a lot of people, as you can see here, really like the game. This is down 50% right now, down to just $5 USD. Next up here, we have Euro Truck Simulator 2. This one is pretty self-explanatory. You take control of a trucker who is delivering important cargo all across Europe. So it's a simulated game where you're pretty much a truck driver, and yeah, you're going from place to place. It seems pretty basic, but a lot of people have really loved this game. It's pretty in-depth simulation, as you can see. There's a lot of information. It goes very much in detail. So if it looks interesting to you, if you want to try out a truck driving game, I'd say give it a shot. There's a demo here if you want to give it a try. 75% off right now, down to just $5 USD. Coming up next here, we have Celeste. Now this is a 2D, it's precision platformer, which means that there's a lot of parts in the game that need like precise movement for you to get through there. Like as you can see here, this is not your basic standard platformer. You gotta do some very interesting controls and stuff here. But it's got a nice art style. The story isn't too bad. It's definitely not a super easy game, but it's one of those games that it's easy to learn, hard to master, I guess. So if it looks interesting, I'd say give it a shot. Look up some trailers on it. It's got some very interesting movement aspects to it, and it's another game that's like a pixel game, but for a pixel game, it still looks pretty darn good. So this is on sale right now, 75% off, down to just $5 USD. Next up here is Sanctum 2. This is probably the most fun tower defense game I've ever played. As you can see by this screenshot here, it's both tower defense and FPS, which I feel like is not super common. As you can see here, there's different classes for you to pick, different towers to bring with you, and perks. Then I actually haven't made my way through the entire story yet because it's not super easy. But as you can see here, it's pretty much just a standard tower defense game. It's co-op, so you can play with some of your friends. Lots of different maps to play, lots of different weapons and options. A little bit older, but still do not be discouraged by the release date. This is a super fun game. I really love it. If you like tower defense games, give it a try. 75% off right now, down to just $3.75 USD. And last year, we have LEGO Star Wars: The Complete Saga. Now, don't be confused. This is not the most recent Star Wars game that's been released in the last year here. That one's still probably pretty expensive. This is the one that was released like 10 years ago. It still has all the stories 1 through 6, so you still get the 6 stories to play through. You get a bunch of characters and stuff like that. You've probably played this one on your Xbox or like a previous console or something, but it is on Steam. It's local co-op and it's remote play, so if you have like a friend who lives really far away, but you still want to play through your old LEGO nostalgic games, you can definitely do that. The remote play works really well for LEGO games, so I definitely say give it a shot. This is 75% off, down to just $5 USD. Alrighty everyone, that's all the deals for today. I included a couple more games in this video than normal, but if I missed any great deals for games under $5, make sure to leave a comment down below for myself and others to see. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video.